We often think of political corruption as a modern invention, the product of 24-hour news cycles and complex lobbyists. But the truth, the struggle against the man, is as old as time. Thousands of years ago, prophets and kings were already calling out the exact same playbooks we see today: greed, dishonest laws, and the exploitation of the vulnerable. Today, we're looking at several no-punches-pulled Bible verses about corrupt leaders and what they mean for us today. Let's dive in. Our first stop is Isaiah 10, verses 1 through 2. This verse gets to the heart of systemic issues. Woe to those who make unjust laws, to those who issue oppressive decrees, to deprive the poor of their rights and withhold justice from the oppressed of my people, making widows their prey and robbing the fatherless. Isaiah isn't just talking about a leader breaking the law, he's talking about leaders who use the law to do harm. It's about legalized injustice. When the rules of the game are rigged to favor the powerful and crush the poor, the Bible doesn't just say it's a policy difference, it says woe, which in the Bible means grief, anguish, affliction, wretchedness, calamity, or trouble. It's a divine warning that just because something is legal doesn't mean it's right. Next, we see how corruption trickles down through greed. Look at Isaiah 1:23 and Micah 3:11. Your rulers are rebels, companions of thieves. They all love bribes and chase after gifts. They do not defend the cause of the fatherless. The widow's case does not come before them. Isaiah 1:23. And Micah takes it a step further by showing how this rot spreads to every institution. Her leaders judge for a bribe, her priests teach for a price, and her prophets tell fortunes for money. Yet they look for the Lord's support and say, "Is not the Lord among us? No disaster will come upon us." Micah 3:11. This is the original pay-to-play model. These leaders aren't interested in justice. They're interested in the gift. Notice the victim here, the fatherless and the widow. Why? Because they don't have lobbyists. They don't have campaign donations. Micah's warning is especially sharp because it calls out religious hypocrisy. These leaders were doing wrong while claiming God was on their side. The Bible is clear. God doesn't rubber-stamp corruption just because you mention His name. Have you ever wondered why a corrupt leader always seems to be surrounded by corrupt people? Proverbs 29:12 explains the trickle-down effect of character. If a ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked. If the person at the top values loyalty over truth, the truth-tellers leave and the liars move in. A leader who listens to lies creates an ecosystem where honesty is a liability and corruption is the only way to survive. Finally, let's look at the warning and the requirement. In 1 Samuel 8:11, the prophet Samuel warned the people that a king wouldn't just lead them, he would consume them. He said, "This is what the king who will reign over you will claim as his rights. He will take your sons and make them serve with his chariots and horses." Samuel's point? Human power has a massive appetite. It takes. But Proverbs gives us the antidote. A tyrannical ruler practices extortion, but one who hates ill-gotten gain will enjoy a long reign. Proverbs 28:16. It is an abomination for kings to commit wicked acts, for a throne is established on righteousness. Proverbs 16:12. The Bible defines a successful leader not by their poll numbers or the size of their treasury, but by their righteousness. A throne, or an office, built on ill-gotten gain is inherently unstable. It might look strong today, but according to Proverbs, it's a house of cards.
So what's the takeaway? The Bible doesn't tell us to be cynical, but it does tell us to be discerning. Power is a responsibility, not a prize. When leaders use their position to protect the vulnerable and uphold the truth, nations thrive. When they use it for gifts and oppressive decrees, the Bible says the clock is ticking. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. Let us know in the comments which of these verses feels most relevant to the world today. Thanks for watching, and until next time, walk in the light, love in the light, and be blessed in the light.